Joint health and flexibility. Today, Crusher Mountain Wellness. Hello and welcome to Crush Your Mountain, OG Health, Wellness, and Personal Growth. Today we're discussing joint health and flexibility. Remember back in the days when you were in school, there was always that one kid in gym class who could put his ankles around his head and walk around on his hands like a crab. Maybe that was you. Or perhaps the same thing that happened to me as an adult happened to you too. One morning I woke up with an explosion of pain in my shoulders. I couldn't raise my arms above my head. It persisted for some years until my job sent me to see the company doctor. After a few x-rays and some prodding and poking, he said, "You have arthritis in the ends of your collarbone." "Great," I said. "How do I get rid of it?" With a completely straight face, he replied, "Well, you remove the ends of your collarbone." "Sure," I said. "Next time I have a bad headache, I'll remove part of my brain." Needless to say, I left there never to return. I began a series of exercises targeting flexibility around the rotator cuffs and shoulders. Now I've been free of pain for more than a decade. So let's define flexibility. Flexibility is your range of motion in your joints. How far your body can naturally and effortlessly bend, twist, and reach. We can also call it our suppleness. Now, as we age, our range of motion changes as affected by such things as loss of muscle mass, loss of bone density, decrease in water content in tendons, making them stiffer, decrease in elasticity of ligaments, and thinning of cartilage between the joints. There are so many benefits to maintaining joint health and staying as flexible as possible. Here are just a few of them. Number 1, less injuries. Strong joints and healthy flexibility can help your body to withstand more physical stress. Also, by improving these things, you'll remove muscle imbalances that can lead to injury. Number 2, less pain. When your body is more flexible, you feel less aches and pains. Who doesn't want that? And with consistent stretching comes reduced muscle cramps. Number 3, improved posture and balance. Exercising your body aligns it properly and corrects any imbalances. Plus, with an increased range of motion, you may find it easier to sit or stand in certain ways. Now keep on the lookout for an upcoming episode on improving your balance, especially important as we grow older. Number 4, a positive state of mind. Now, stretching can clear your mind by allowing you to focus on your body. It also releases endorphins. And according to one source, stretching releases dopamine, which helps you feel happier and more positive about the world. Hey, talk about getting high on life. Number 5, greater strength. We all would like to keep as much strength as we had in our youth as possible. Well, stretching allows us to get as close to that as possible. Why not try it? That leads to number 6, improved physical performance. Still want to do a little running? Still like to do a little swimming? Well, guess what? Stretching will improve your physical performance so that you can do and maintain the lifestyle that you'd like to keep. Maintaining flexibility as we grow older is crucial to avoid injury. And although I had great success in eliminating my pain, I'm still targeting other areas to maintain optimum range of motion. So guess what? I brought on Addison DeFrancesco, a fitness expert who focuses on joint health and flexibility. He'll not only tell us the risks in not taking care of ourselves, but he'll show us some simple exercises you can do at home to protect your joints and avoid injury.
I'm going to be showing you 3 mobility and strengthening exercises to help with the 3 most common injuries found in my clients over the age of 50. Number 1, we're going to be starting with our lower back. okay? Now what we're gonna be starting with is the glute bridge as well as pelvic tilts. Now that means just kind of movement in the hips. Now if we go onto the floor, all you need is your own living space, okay? We're gonna sit straight on the floor here. We're going to be about laying right on our back in our supinated position. We're gonna have our heels about 6 inches away from our butt. And from here, what we're gonna do is kind of put our hands right into our lower back. If we find a gap in that lower back, that means our core is not active. And our weak core means a hurt lower back, okay? So if we wanna get the core activated, we're going to have to make sure the ribs are not flared. So what you do is actually put your hands in those ribs, put them in the rib cage, and then breathe out until you can't get your hands underneath those rib cage. Once you do that, now your core is active. Your back is actually going to be flat and pinned to the floor, and that is a neutral position in your pelvic. Okay, most people live in anterior tilt, which is an arch. So you don't want to have an arch, you want to have a flat back. And then from there, flat back, core is engaged. We breathe out, and then we lift our butt up, squeezing the glute, and then coming right back down nice and slow. Don't go into the arch again. Keep that neutral positioning, and then we're gonna come right back up, squeezing the glute, and then down, up and down. You wanna do about 25 reps, okay? 25 reps in this positioning for your lower back, okay? This is the strengthening portion. Now I'm going to show you the mobility side of the lower back, so to stay mobile in this region. So if you have any aches and pains, or if you feel like you can't bend over or extend all the way, these are the mobility exercises you want to do, okay? So if you're already stuck in a bad position where you're laying down, this would be fantastic for you. It's pelvic tilts here. Now from this positioning, like the glute bridge for the strengthening area, we want to focus on our lower back. So I'm just going to pull up my shirt and get the lateral view. So you can see how my hand can slide right underneath this back. From there, we want to keep the back nice and flat, and then we want to almost rotate our hips posterior. So you're going to raise up the glute a little bit actually, but you're not pushing up. So you're going to focus on activating your core. You'll feel your core, your lower transverse, abdominis, activate. From there, we're going to go back into an arch, an over-exaggeration of the arch, and then we're going to go back to the flat and the posterior, which is rounding the lower back. And then we're gonna rock in this positioning, nice and slow. Just learning how to move at your pelvic region without moving your entire back, okay? So it's just at the pelvic region, right at your hips. You're gonna move up and down, and this will help loosen up all these intrinsic muscles in that lower back that causes you to tighten up or spaz up, okay? So this is very, very important to learn how to do posterior and anterior, okay? And then when you get good at that, you will actually want to go lateral, side to side. So keeping the ribs down, core tight, we're going to laterally rotate up and down. You'll feel your obliques, the side of your core here, actually activate. Okay, so you see I'm not moving my heels by any means. I'm just moving at the hips, side to side, while keeping, again, that back nice and flat, core active. We're gonna move laterally up and down. All right, now the next mobility for the lower back you can also do can be a cat-cow pose. So you want to focus right on the back region. We're going to get on the all fours here, knees, toes, hands, and then from there we're going to take a deep inhale. Okay, inhale through your nose. So we in through our nose and then exhale out. When we exhale out, you're going to be arching your back, breathing out, dropping your scapula down, and then when you inhale, you rotate, you round your back, and then exhale down. In and out, okay? That's how you control your breathing. And that is the mobility for your lower back and back. Now I'm going to show you a strengthening exercise for your shoulder as well as your rotator cuff. There we're gonna build up two different muscles here. We're gonna strengthen our deltoid, but also our rhomboid. So our rhomboid is gonna help pull our shoulder blades back to keep our posture in a better positioning. So as we get older, we have a tendency of, again, rounding, actually caving in our chest, hunching over. So this is gonna help us open up that chest, strengthen our back, and help with shoulder injuries. To start off, all you need is really a TheraBand or some kind of resistance, okay? All you need is a door handle or something to lodge this into so it doesn't move. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it right up against our door handle here. I'm gonna take one side of it, and from there, I'm gonna pin my shoulder to my side, my elbows to the side of my arm. From there, I'm going to rotate my shoulders around and back, down and back, retracting the scapula. And then there, I'm gonna take my thumb and I'm gonna poke somebody to my left. I'm gonna pull away from the door. You're gonna do about 20 to 25 repetitions for 3 sets, really focusing on slow, eccentric, negative contraction, nice and slow. From there, we're gonna build up our rotator cuff, strengthening, mobilizing, doing all those good things there. Another exercise you can do is actually do the opposite direction. Same way, using the other hand, you just pull into your body. Do it on both sides. Instead of going out external, we will go internal, okay? So that's another great exercise for your shoulder. Now I'm going to show you the strength exercise for our knees and hips. Main thing here is what we do there is if you can't get down to a kneeling position, okay? Some people can't. So what you do is actually lay on your bed, drop one leg off of the bed. But if you can get down to this kneeling position, even if you're able to hold on to something for comfort, all you have to do from there is on your knee, 1 foot forward, back heel is up. We're going to then squeeze our glute on the side that's back and then try to rotate our pelvis forward, which again means contract the core, squeeze the glute, and then you just want to slightly lean forward. Where you're going to then feel is a pull right down from your hip, down almost into your groin. That is the hip flexor. That will help mobilize so you're able to squat lower, be able to get into your car a little bit easier. And then for the strengthening of our knees and hips, so what we do there is we're gonna take a nice stool or any seat. You wanna control yourself. If you are imbalanced, you can't really hold yourself up, hold on to something, okay? So from there, all you wanna do is just casually push your hips back, slowly try to sit down, and then you can relax, go into an anterior, posterior tilt. Again, working those hips, range of motion for your lower back. And then all you wanna do is stand back up. Try to get about 20 to 25 again, keeping it a higher rep range, as well as sets. And again, we wanna go super, super slow to that seat, relax, posterior, maybe anterior tilt, and then stand back up. Okay, that is the strengthening for your knees and hips.
Thanks a lot, Addison, for all that great information. Now, folks, if you'd like a free PDF file of the exercises for joint health and flexibility, I've left that in the comment section below. It's all yours. But if you'd like a full video of those exercises being performed, plus more, leave your email with me. I'll leave my email down at the bottom, and you can contact me that way. If you found value to all this information, give me a like, hit a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I look forward to seeing you next time. I am the Hankster. Don't just climb your mountain, crush through it.